Chaitanya Bhagavat, we're reading, I believe it's Madhyakanda chapter 1. Vishwambara has returned from Gaya, and he's received initiation from Ishvara Puri, the 10-syllable Gopal mantra, and now he's totally transformed into a Parama Vaishnava, according to Sriman Pandit. He described him as a Parama Vaishnava, and one of us. Now he's one of us. Now he's entered our family. And not only that, he's really became all of a sudden overnight. He's become not only one of us, but the most advanced one of us. And he's displaying extraordinary ecstasies, and those ecstasies are contagious. And he's collapsing on the ground out of ecstatic love of Krishna and separation, Viraha. And he's causing us also to collapse on the ground. As soon as the Lord fell to the ground, saying, "Oh Krishna," all the devotees tottered and also fell to the ground. We read that yesterday. Gadadhara fell unconscious within the room. No one knew who fell on whom. One guy was falling this way and that way. Everyone's falling on top of each other. And then, after some time, Vishwambara regained consciousness and said, "Krishna re, Prabhu re, mora, kaun dike gela, etabali Prabhu puna, muminte padila." "O Krishna, my Lord, where have you gone?" Saying this, the Lord again fell to the ground. Krishna prema kande Prabhu Shachira Nandan Chaturdike Vedi Kande Bhagavatagan. Sachinandan cried out of love for Krishna, and all the devotees surrounding the Lord also cried loudly. So now he's infecting everyone with his viraha, infecting everyone with his viraha prem. They're all gathering together, Murari and Shriman and Gadadhar and Advaita and Srivas Thakur. Before Lord Chaitanya returned, they would regularly gather together and hear the Bhagavatam, and they would chant a Nam Sankirtan together and relish various happiness. But now he's come back and sent everything to a whole new level. He's submerged everyone, Majjayanto Viraha Prem, Sagar. He's submerged everyone in the ocean of separation from Krishna. Radhabhav. Achandera samuchaya nahika shriyange na jane takur kichu nija prema orange. Again and again, Vishwambara fell to the ground with great force, but due to ecstatic love, he could not feel anything. Nija prema orange. Na jane, he didn't know anything. Shriyange nahika. Purport: being extremely overwhelmed with love of Krishna, Vishwambara repeatedly fell to the ground. Yet, there was no resulting injury to his transcendental body. He was fully absorbed in his internal mood, so he did not feel any external happiness or distress. So on one level, the commentator is telling us that because he was absorbed in this internal bhav of this viraha, this intense love and separation, that he was not perceiving anything external, happiness or distress. But in another way we can look at it is that because Mother Bhumi, of course, is a great devotee of Vishwambara, and she feels so much blessed when he walks on the land of Navadvip. So as we've heard about Braj, that there are thorns. There are thorns on the footpath, and the gopis are worried about those thorns. That Krishna, there's thorns and dry wheat seeds, and maybe not wheat, but different seeds of different trees. We know when we walk on Govardhan Parikama, sometimes we step on these little dry seeds, and they're very prickly type. They stick in our foot and they hurt. Right? Atisundari. Inside path sometimes. So the gopis were afraid those same things were there when Krishna was here. And they were fearing for that, because Krishna's feet are so soft and tender. But our acharyas are telling us that everything, although that is also there. The thorns are there, the pebbles are there, and the dried seeds, the sticky seeds or whatever you call them, the thorny seeds. They're there on one level, but as soon as Krishna puts his foot onto those articles, those thorns, then they become as soft as butter. Those thorns, they become very soft, like rubber, like butter. Because there cannot be any inconvenience for the Lord in His home. Brajadam is His home. It is His place. This ground is Balaram. This ground is Sandini. Sandini is the basis, the existence, potency. So the holy Dham is existing. The thorns and dry stickers and seeds, they're there to increase the gopis' love. And they're also existing in that form to increase the gopis' absorption in Krishna's pleasure and satisfaction. But when actually Krishna walks in the footpaths and he steps on those thorns and dry seeds, they turn into butter. They don't poke Krishna's feet. He doesn't get stuck in his foot and his feet don't swell up. Because the thorns in Vrindavan have a special quality. Not only do they stick you, but they stick with you. When you step on them, you say Krishna. Maybe ouch also. Ouch Krishna. Ouch Krishna. Or you say ow, and then the Indians are thinking you're saying come, come. Because ow means come. And you say ow, and you say no, oh come, ow, ow. It means come, ow, ow. Well, you're saying ow, it hurts. You're saying Krishna. And then it hurts at that moment, and then there's some poison on the tip of that thorn. And when it enters your foot, it starts to swell. Your foot will swell as a reaction to that poison. And your foot will be painful for several days until that poison gets absorbed. It's a special blessing, Vrindavan thorns. On Sunday we'll get a chance to pick up a few. We'll do on Parikama on Sunday. Some special blessing. So this is the fact, when Mahaprabhu, or let's say Vishwambara, is collapsing on the ground due to ecstasy, Mother Bhumi is waiting with open arms, just like Prahlad Maharaj. When Hiranyakashipu threw him off the cliff, his associates threw him off the mountain cliff, the mountaintop, and Prahlad fell through the air. When he got to the ground had turned into cotton. The ground was about 300 feet of cotton wool, very soft. So when he fell down, he fell on a mattress of cotton. Boom! Oh, that was nice. Nice cotton mattress. And all the goons and gundas were looking over the mountaintop. Let's see this little kid crushed on the stones and broken into 1,000 pieces. We'll bring back the pieces to Hiranyakashipu and he'll give us a good reward. And they look and say, are? He's just laughing and giggling, and he's just the 5-year-old boy enjoying himself. And then they felt ashamed and they ran away in fear. And then Prahlad got up from that cotton bed and he walked back home. He said, Haribo, pranams, father. Haribo, dad. So this is the point. When Vishwambara fell on the ground was like cotton. Because Bhumi was thinking, how fortunate I am. The Vishwambara is collapsing on the ground, not only once, but repeatedly. Because if someone's going to embrace you, and it's someone you love, one embrace may not be enough. You may embrace repeatedly. So Bhumi's thinking, if he fell once, that I would feel the embrace of the Lord's transcendental body against my bosom. And that would be very pleasing and satisfying to me. And I could offer that service for the pleasure of Vishwambara. But again he's falling, and again and again and again. How much he's kind to me. How much he loves me, how much he's blessing me with his embrace. So this is Prema Lingata, the loving embrace of the Lord. So Mother Bhumi, of course, in one of his incarnations, Mother Bhumi is his wife. So how much is the intimate embrace in that incarnation? So intimate they produced a child named Narakasura, Bhaumasura. Bhaumasura is the son of Bhumi and Varaha. And Varaha is the incarnation of Krishna. Dasavatar. Keshavadrita Suhukara Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. So that was that Leela in Satyuga. So now it's Kali Yuga. So the same Varaha, the Sarvavatari, the source of all the Varahas, is again falling on his wife, Mother Bhumi. So there was no result, did not feel any external happiness or distress. Utila Kirtanarola Premera Krandan Prema Maya Haila Shuklam Barera Bhavan. there arose the combined sounds of chanting and weeping as the house of Shuklambar became filled with love of God. Premamaya Hoila Bhavan, Shuklambara Bhavan, Premara Krandan, Utila Kirtan, Rola, Utila, Kirtan. This loud kirtan was going on. They were chanting in kirtan. Utila Kirtan Rola, Premara Krandan. They were crying tears of Premara Krandan. And then, from all that crying of tears of prem, the entire house of Shuklambara, the Bhavan, became Premamaya. Maya means filled with, saturated with love of God. Stirahai Shaneke Vasila Vishwambar Tadapi Ananda Dhara Wahi Nirantar. After some time, Vishwambar became pacified and sat down, yet tears of ecstatic love continued to flow. Nir Antara. It's pretty easy. No end. Antilila, end. Nir Antara. No end. Ananda Dhara. Stira Hai. He became Stira, he became Dhira, he became situated in one place. Ananda Dhara. Holding bliss. Tears of ecstatic love. Holding the bliss in his eyes. His eyes were pouring forth rivers of bliss. Prabhu Bale Konjana Grihera Bitar Brahmachari Balena Tumara Garadhar. Prabhu inquired, who is inside the room? Remember earlier in the discussion there was someone hiding in the room. Now the plot thickens. Everyone is with the Lord, everyone is chanting, everyone is observing His ecstasy, but someone's hiding. Now that someone who also toppled down in ecstasy and fell on the ground when everybody else fell on the ground, experiencing Mahaprabhu's Radhabhav, Viraha, separation. Now the Lord is perceiving the presence of this hidden person. Konjana Griha Pitahar. Who has entered the Griha? Brahmachari Balena, Tomar Gadadhar. Tomar, your Gadadhar. Your means Mamta, your possession. Not my Gadadhar, not Gadadhar. He could have said Gadadhar. He could have said Pandit. But he said, your Gadadhar. That's Mamta, possession. Because Krishna has his Radharani, and Radharani has her Krishna, my Radha. So now he's saying, you are Gadadhar. Henta Mata Kariya Kandena Gadadhar Dekiya Santosha Bada Prabhu Vishwambar. Gadadhar bent his head down and cried. Seeing this, Vishwambar became greatly satisfied. Santosh Bhara. Very satisfied. Santosh. Prabhu Bale Gadadhara Tumi Se Sukriti Shishu Haite Krishnete Karila Drida Mati. Vishwambar said, O Gadadhar, you are indeed most fortunate. Sukriti. You've done very good deeds. You've done some very good deeds. Shishu Haite Krishnete Karila Drida Mati. From your childhood, as Shishu Kumar, from your childhood you have had a strong inclination for Krishna. Drida Mati. Mati means your intelligence, your inclination. Drida means very firm. So this makes sense, right? Because Gadadhar is Radharani. So Radharani from her childhood in Raval, when Krishna was in Gokul, from her childhood, Radharani had a strong inclination towards Krishna. Very, very strong. So now the Lord goes on. Amara se hena janma gela brittarase Painu amulya nidhi gela dhaiva doshe. So he's saying, Gadadhar, you are so fortunate that from birth you've had a strong inclination towards Krishna. But what about me? I have simply passed my life in useless endeavors. Amara sehena janma gela brita rase. Although I received an invaluable jewel, amulya nidhi, payanu amulya nidhi means invaluable jewel. I have lost it by the arrangement of providence. Daiva dosh, by some fault. Dosh means fault. Daiva dosh, by some fault of providence. I've lost it. So now the purport. Vishwambar said to Gadadhar, O Gadadhar, because you are inclined to the service of Krishna since your childhood, you are most fortunate. I did not have the strong determination for serving Krishna like you. I passed the last 11 years of my life as a pundit. Naya Shiromani, the crest jewel of all logicians. I was simply engaged in useless arguing and debating. This is my great passion and pleasure, to debate with others about fine points of Sanskrit, Vyakaran and Kavi and other things. And the whole time you've been serving Krishna, and I've been wasting my life and studying all these useless subjects. Sound familiar? We wasted so many years of our life. I have uselessly wasted my time studying books on logic. Although I found my wealth, Krishna, due to my misfortune, I am now bereft of him. Etabali bhumite padila vishwambar undulaya lotaya sarva sevya kalevar. After saying this, Vishwambar again fell to the ground, and his entire body, which is worshipable to everyone, became covered with dust. Dulaya lotaya sarva sevya kalevara. Sarva sevya kalevara. Kalevara means body. Every body that exists, they are meant to do seva to Vishwambar. Sarva sevya. Everyone should serve him and worship him. The transcendental body of Sri Gora is worshipable by all subordinates within the 14 material worlds and the transcendental spiritual abodes of Vaikuntha and Goloka Vrindavan. It's really amazing scene here. Puna puna haya bhaya, puna puna pare, daive raksha bhaya naka, mukase achade. Vishwambar repeatedly gained consciousness and repeatedly fell on consciousness. Bhaya means external. Although he hit the ground with his nose and face, he was protected by providence. As Prahlad Maharaj was protected by providence. When they took their swords and weapons to smash Prahlad on the head, Prahlad's body turned into diamonds. So when they hit his body, hit his head, their swords bounced back and cut them in half. Because his whole body was harder than diamonds. So they went boing, boing. It would hit them and bounce back and they cut themselves in half. And this way they hit him with a club, boing, boing. The club would hit them and they would knock out dead. So the Lord is always protecting His devotees. Even He's protecting the devotee avatar, Bhakti avatar, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna protecting Krishna. He hit the ground with his nose and face. Naka mukha, nak and muk. Daive raksha. He was protected by demigods. Melete na pare dui chakshu prema jal sabe eka Krishna Krishna Shri Bandhane bal. Vishwambar could not open his eyes due to excessive tears of love. Prema jal dui chakshu napari. Other than the name of Krishna, nothing issued from his beautiful mouth. Sab eka. Sabe Eka. Krishna, Krishna. Shri Vandane. Bale is Shri Vandana, his beautiful mouth. His beautiful mouth is the mouth of Shri. Shri Vandane means Radha's mouth. Shri Vandane means Radha Mukh, the face of Radharani. There's the one verse there in Radhakripa Kataksha has that word Vandanam about Radharani's face. So this is Radharani. Nothing is issuing from her mouth, from her beautiful mouth, but the name of Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hey. Dariya Sabharagala Kande Vishwambar Krishna Kota Bhai Sava Balaha Satwar. Grasping the necks of those present, Vishwambar wept and asked, "O brothers, tell me quickly, where is Krishna?" Krishna Kota. Kota ego prema mai radhe radhe. Bhai Sava. He asked all the brothers. Darya Sabara Galakande. He's holding on everyone's neck, Kande, Vishwambar. In other words, he was, instead of collapsing again on the ground, he took support from his friends. Without support, he would simply collapse again and again. This time he grabbed the necks of his friends. Wait a minute. Instead of me falling down on the ground again, where is Krishna? You're my friends, you're my brothers. Where is this Krishna? Can you tell me? He's totally intoxicated in separation. Now this is going on when Krishna is just beginning, and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Vishwambara is just beginning his campaign of preaching and relishing Radharani's love. And so much devastation is there from the very beginning, at the age of 10, 12, whatever. Now he continued to live for another 36 years. He left this world at 48, and already is this excessive, this developed. And that's going to only continue, because we find the same thing happening in Antya-lila. And this time it's even more confidential than just a handful of devotees in Shukambara Bhavan. There it's only 2 devotees, 2 confidential Sakhis, Lalita and Vishaka, Rai Ramananda and Sura Damodara. So there he's putting his hand also around their necks and crying out, Krishna Kotai, Krishna Kotai. Same scene. Different participants, but the same mood, the same scene. Imagine carrying on like this for 36 years. Unbelievable. Prabhura Dekhiya Arti Kande Bhaktagan Karo Mukke Arakichu Naspure Vachan. Seeing the earnest longing of the Lord. Arti Kande. All the devotees cried. Arti means longing. Kande Bhakta. They were unable to speak. Karo muke ara kichuna. Karo. Say pranam karo. Muke karo. Karo muke ara kichuna spure vachan. They couldn't manifest. They couldn't manifest any words. They were speechless. What we say in English in one word. They were all speechless. Less speech. Spure vachan, na spure vachan. They couldn't manifest any vachan. Spure means sporty, manifest. They didn't know what to say. What do we say now? What can we say? How will we say? What will we say? Prabhu Bale. So then the Lord said, since it was so silent, and no one knew how to break the ice, then Vishwambar did the honors. He said, Prabhu Bale, Mora Duka Karaha Kandan, Ani Deha Mora Nanda, Gopendra Nandan. Vishwambar said, please relieve my distress. Mora Duka Karaha Kandan. Like we say, akandan means break. Kandan. Akandan kirtan means no break. Kandan. He says, please break my distress. Please remove my distress. And how to do it? He gives a solution. How can you remove his distress? Ani Bring me the son of Maharaj Nanda. Haribo. Krishna is the solution to all problems. Radharani is facing a big problem here. Separation from Krishna. And so she's holding on to the necks of all the devotees, Vishwambara and Radhabhav, and saying, listen, you see I'm suffering, I'm so much mahadukhi. Can't you break and stop my suffering? And the only thing that will stop my suffering is Krishna. And that applies to everybody. We're also arti, we're also suffering. And the only solution, the only person that can remove our suffering is Krishna, God. Gopendra Nandan, such a beautiful term. Gopendra Nandan. Hetabali Shwasachari Puna Punakande Lotaya Bhume Tekesha Tahanahi Bhande. After saying this, Vishwambara sighed deeply, Shwasachari, and wept repeatedly, Puna Punakande. His hair was unbound and trailed on the ground. Lotaya Bhumate Kesh Taha Nahi Bhande. So apparently he's lying on the ground. He let go of their necks and fell on the ground because his hair wasn't that long. He's holding onto their necks and his hair can't be trailing on the ground unless he fell on the ground. Right? Otherwise his hair would have to be 9 feet long or so. He's 7 feet tall, as everyone knows. And his hair to be trailing on the ground would have to be 7 plus coming out. So his hair wasn't that long. That means they're not saying again. I think Vrindavan Thakur got tired of writing. Again, he fell on the ground. So in an indirect way, he's describing the same thing because this is poetry. He's a Vyas, Veda Vyas, Vrindavan Thakur, Veda Vyas. So he's trying to tell the same thing in a different way. So again, he fell on the ground. He's saying, no, his hair was unbound and trailed on the ground. So it means usually it's tied in a top knot. So now it's come undone due to the ecstatic impulse of the prema in his heart. His hair has come loose. And he's collapsed on the ground again. Now the hair is lying on the ground, trailing on the ground. Hey Suke Sarvadina Gela Shanaprai Katanchit Sabha Prati Haila Vidai. The whole day passed like a moment in this blissful state. Then the Lord took leave of the devotees for a short time. Purport. In spite of feeling intense distress due to separation from Krishna, Gaurasundar, who was absorbed in the mood of a devotee. Which devotee? Radha, the devotee. Passed the entire day consisting of 12 hours in the happiness of love for Krishna. Thus the day appeared to be only a moment in duration. Being intoxicated by the beverage of love for Krishna and remaining half conscious, the Lord took leave from the devotees with great difficulty. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, we're hearing about Vishwambara's Leela and Shuklambara Brahmachari's house in the bank of the Ganga, and he's collected a handful of his intimate bhaktas there. Shriman Pandit, Gadadhar Pandit, Sadashiva Pandit, Srivas Thakur, Murari, and Vishwambara is experiencing great separation from the Lord, from Krishna, and he's inundating everyone else in his intense love and separation. Everyone is toppling over and falling on top of each other. And the Lord is standing and falling and standing and falling. Gadadhara Sarashiva Shriman Pandita Shuklambara Adi Save Haile Vismita. All the devotees headed by Gadadhara Sarashiva, Shriman Pandit and Shuklambara became struck with wonder on seeing the transformations of ecstasy displayed by the Lord. Ye dekini lena prema save avakya apurva dekiya karo dehi nahibaya. Due to love, they all became speechless. Some of them even lost external consciousness by that wonderful sight. Purport. On seeing Vishwambara's most wonderful, never before seen display of transformations of ecstatic love belonging to the category of Mahabhav, all the devotees became speechless. Vaishnava Samaje Sabe Aila Harishe Anupurvi Kahilena Ashesha Vishesh. They all went joyfully to the community of Vaishnavas and narrated in detail the entire incident. Shuniya Sakala Maha Bhagavatagan Hari Hari Bali Sabe Karina Krandan. Hearing the news, all the devotees, the Mahabhagavats, not ordinary, it says Shuniya Sakala Mahabhagavat Gan. Gan means the group, like Sakhi Gan. The group of Mahabhagavats. Before we were hearing about Bhagavat Gan. Remember this term Vrindavan Das Thakur was saying, Bhagavat Gan. Sometimes he says Bhakta Gan or Bhagavat Gan. All these devotees were gathering. Now the Mahabhagavat Gan. Hari Hari Vali Sabe Karena Krandan. They were so happy they began to cry. They were very, very happy and they were crying, Hari Hari. Shuniya Apurva Preme Sabe Vismita Keha Bala Ishvarava Oila Vidita. They were all amazed to hear about the wonderful display of love. Someone said, maybe the Supreme Lord has manifest. Ishvara. Keha Bale Nimai Pandit Bala Haile Pashandira Munda Chandi Bari Pari Hele. Someone said, if Nimai Pandit becomes a good devotee, then we can easily tear off the heads of the atheists. That's a really fired up statement here. Tear off the heads, I think that means defeat them. Convert them, defeat them. I don't think it's literal. I don't think they're going to go around and rip off the heads like Bhima on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, ripping heads off with his bare hands. These little Bengalis, I don't think they're up to it. But they're saying if he becomes Nimai Pandit Bala, Pashandira, the Pashandis, Munda, Chindi Bhari, Pari Hela, basically it's actually saying they're going to shave them up. The Pashandis are going to get shaved up. If Nimai Pandit, if he becomes a good devotee, Balo, becomes Balo Bhakta. Keha Bale, Haibeka, Krishnara, Rahasya, Sarvata Sandeha Nai, Janiha Avashya. Some of them said, know for certain that this is one of Krishna's mysteries. There is no doubt about it. Some devotees said, everyone will certainly understand the mystery of Krishna's unknown pastimes from this Nimai Pandit. There is no doubt about it. Everyone is trying to understand how is he transformed, and now he's going to be part of our community. He's going to become a great devotee. He's going to help us in our preaching, convert the atheist. And this must be a special leela of God's, that he's empowering this Pandit friend of ours for these extraordinary ecstasies. Certainly this must be what's happening. The Lord is going to display some amazing pastimes through this Pandit. How else could this be happening? Keha Bali Ishvara Purira Sange Haite Kiba Dekilena Krishna Prakasha Gayate. Someone else said, by associating with Ishvara Puri, he must have seen some manifestation of Krishna at Gaya. Deki Krishna Prakash Gayate. Some man of Prakash, Krishna Prakash. The Nimai, he must have had some vision. After he got initiated, he must have some vision of Mahaprabhu or of Krishna. Sometimes devotees say like that, especially Russian devotees. As soon as they get initiated, they usually say, "Oh, last night I had a dream of Radharani. Radharani appeared to me," or Panchatattva. They're very big on these visions. I heard one discussion between Anantadas Pandit and Yugol Kishore in English. It's on the tape. And Yugol Kishore's disciple said, "Well, Guru Maharaj, I am from Russia, and I'm counseling and preaching to many of the Russian devotees. And many of them, they tell me, Yugol, last night I saw Krishna. Last night I had a darshan of Krishna. Really, I saw Radharani last night. I had darshan when I was chanting. And Guru Maharaj, I don't know what to make of this." And Guru Maharaj started laughing. And he said, "Yes, they want to eat fruits without planting a seed." This is very good. Because if you want to eat mango fruits, you have to plant the seed in the ground, and then grow the tree, and then leaves and flowers and fruit. It takes some time, maybe 20 years. But they want to eat the fruits without planting a seed. And then he went on to explain there are 3 types of darshan one can have. There's sporti, visporti, and sakshat darshan. Then he explained the difference between sporti, visporti, and sakshat darshan. And sporti begins at the level of bhava bhakti, not the level of harinam. Bhava bhakti. "Oh, Prabhu, no, I saw Radharani. I could touch her." Because Yugol Kishore has to deal with so many of these visionary people from the USSR. So he's trying to cool them down and try to understand what is reality from his Guru Maharaj, so he could counsel them. And then his Guru Maharaj said, "Yes." And he said, "What should I tell him?" He said, yes, it's very good. You keep chanting Hare Krishna. Chant some more japa." In the Lilamrita, there's some pastime. It's not exactly such a great vision, but there's one lady. She was chanting Hare Krishna in San Francisco, and she met Srila Prabhupada. She said, "Swamiji, when I chant Hare Krishna, when I'm chanting Hare Krishna, I see this bright red light, and this bright red light appears in front of my eyes and goes wow, 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 kind of like a strobe light in a disco or something." And what should I do about this red light, Prabhupada? And what does this mean? And then Prabhupada said, he was very grave, and he said, "Keep chanting Hare Krishna, and it will go away." All your illusions and your other phantasmagoria will go away. So one devotee, he thought, this must be the Guru Kripa, the mercy of Ishvara Puri, that he's become some Krishna Vaish, some Prakash. He's seen some vision of Krishna there. He's had some sporti of Krishna. E matta anande sakal, e nanda anande sakala bhaktagan, nana janne nana kata karena katan. In this way, all the devotees happily discussed various topics among themselves. Sabe meli karite lagila ashirvad, hauka hauka satya krishnera prasad. Hauka hauka, hauka hauka. They all jointly blessed the Lord. They all gave ashirvad. We often see people dancing and also singing, but not very often we see anyone crying when they're chanting. Hena matte bhaktagan achena harishe takura vishtahe achena nijarase. In this way all the devotees happily passed their time as the Lord remained absorbed in his own mood. Avishta chitta. He was nijaras. He was in his mood, in her mood. He was in her mood, her ras. Avishta. He had, like avesh, we say avesh. Avishta means deeply entered into, absorbed in. Kantanchit vaya prakashya vishwambar chalilena gangadasa panditeraghar. Returning to partial external consciousness. Bhaya Prakashya. Vishwambar went to the house of Gangadas Pandit. Who's Gangadas Pandit? Gangadas Pandit is this teacher, the Sanskrit teacher. Gangadas Pandit is a Sanskrit teacher of Vishwambar. Because he wanted to give the good news to his guru, his Vidya, his Sanskrit guru. Gurura Karila Prabhu Charana Vandan Sambrame Uttiya Guru Kaila Alingan. Vishwambar offered his obeisances at the feet of his teacher. Guru Prabhu Charana Vandan. Prabhu means Mahaprabhu or Chaitanya. Guru Charana Vandan, who immediately got up with respect and embraced the Lord. I guess the Guru was sitting at the time. Sambrame Uttiya Guru Kaila Alingana. This is a Guru Shishya Prem Sambandha, the loving relationship between Guru and disciple. Although, of course, the disciple is God, but this is the achar, this is the behavior. In 7th canto of Bhagavatam, Narada Muni is describing the brahmachari at the Gurukul. Brahmachari Gurukuleva Sandanta Gurohitam. He says that the brahmachari lives for the benefit of the Guru, Gurohitam. And it says, Guru Sudrida Sorida. The last line is Guru Sudrida Sorida. Surit. Drida Surit. That the disciple, he has a firm feeling of heartly friendship with the Guru. Guru, the Guru, Sudrida Sorida. Surit, Sorido. That it's drida, it's very firm, the relationship of friendship. Of course, there's sambrama. Sambrama means respect. Sambram, respect. Because this word is here, sambram, sambrame utya, that the Guru is showing sambram, complete respect towards the disciple, because he's understanding who the disciple is. Sambrame utya Guru, kaila alingana. But this is the intimacy of Guru and disciple, that there's such friendship, there's loving embrace. I mean, at least brahmacharis and the men to the men. And of course, if lady Guru is there, then she'll embrace her lady disciples, or even senior Shiksha Guru lady, or some other lady disciple she may embrace out of affection. Guru Bale Dhanya Bhap Tomara Jivan Pitrikula Matrikula Karila Mochan. Gangadas Pandit, Guruji said, Dhanya Bhap, Bap. It means like wonderful, glorious, great, it's wonderful. Tomar Jivan. Your life is great, it's wonderful. Translation, glorious is your life, my dear. Interesting translation. Pitrikula, Matrikula, Karila Mochan. That's pretty easy Bengali. Kula means the family, Guru Kul, the family, the Guru, or the group, or the side of. You have delivered both your father's and mother's families. Pitrikula Matrikula Karila Mochan. Tamara Paduya Saba Tamara Avadi Puntikeha Nahi Mele Brahmabale Jadi. Your students know only you as their teacher. They would not open their books even for Lord Brahma. That's pretty good. Gangadas is telling his student that the students of his student, the Nimai Pandit, had his toll. Toll means Sanskrit Academy, place of teaching Sanskrit, and he had his students. But in his absence, while he went to Gaya, which would take a few weeks, I suppose, walking, going back and forth, he's telling Gangadas Pandit, he's telling your students, they won't open their books without you. They won't even open their books. Even if Brahma, who's the Adi Guru, he's saying, why is he saying Brahma? Because Brahma is the guru of all gurus. He's the Adi Guru. He received his teachings directly from the Lord, Narayan. So he's the Adi Guru. So he's saying even the topmost supreme Guru, the Adi Guru, the Guru of all gurus, even if he comes before the students, they won't open their books. That's how superior, that's what your position is. Nimai, your position in relation to your students is so much reverence they have, or regard they have for you. So even if the supreme topmost Guru of all gurus comes to teach them Sanskrit, they'll say, Tikne, Jao Brahma. Ekane Ailatumi Sabhara Prakash Kali Haite Padaiba Ajit Jahavas. Now that you have returned, you should begin teaching from tomorrow. Today, go home. This word, Sabhara Prakash, indicates the Lord, who manifests the beauty and bliss in everyone's heart, who revives the illuminating mood of awe and reverence, and who unfolds the real truth. That's quite an elaborate description of this term. Sabhara Prakash. Now that you have returned, Ekane, Aila Tumi, Sabhara Prakash. I guess what's being said here, according to the commentary, is that Gangadas Pandit, it's called foreshadowing. He's predicting. He's giving a prediction here, which is revealed here in Vrindavan Das Thakur. He's saying Sabhara Prakash. Sabhara means everyone. Prakash means to manifest. That now that Nimai Pandit has become transformed into a lover of God, into a great Vaishnava, by the arrangement of this initiation with Ishvara Puri, he's going to engage in these activities. What's he going to do? Sabhara Prakash means that Nimai Pandit, Vishwambar, he's going to manifest beauty and bliss in everyone's heart. This is Sabhara Prakash. Prakash means manifest. Sabhara means to everyone and also everything. Sabhara means everything and also everyone. So Vishwambar will approach everyone and he will go to everyone, sab, and he will give them everything. What is everything? What is everything? Everything is beauty and bliss. He'll manifest beauty and bliss in everyone's heart. That's really everything. If you have beauty and bliss in your heart, you've got everything. You don't want anything more, because everyone's hankering for beauty and for happiness, and happiness is the greatest beauty. If your heart is saturated with happiness, you don't hanker for anything else. So Vishwambar will do this now that he's about to begin his Sankirtan movement. And he will revive the illuminating mood of awe and reverence, and he will unfold the real truth. Guru Namaskarya Chalila Vishwambar Chaturdike Paduya Dashtita Shashadhar. After offering obeisances to his Guru, Namaskar, Guru Namaskarya, Vishwambar left that place, Chalila. Surrounded by his students, he appeared like the moon amidst the stars. Veshtita Shashadhara. Shashadhara, that's the name for moon. Interesting name, Shashadhara. Alena Shri Mukunda Sanjayera Gare Asya Vasila Chandi Mandapa Pitare. Vishwambar arrived at the house of Mukunda Sanjay, where he sat down within the Chandi Mandap, Bitare. Chandi Mandap, because in these houses in Navadvip, especially in Bengal in general, most people there at that time, 500 years ago, and even today, they're worshippers of Durga. They worship Durga. Historically, or in their families, they were all worshippers of Durga. Maybe the house of Mukunda Sanjay was established by his father and grandfather and great-grandfather. They were all worshippers of Durga, or Chandi is the name for Durga. So there's one area of the house, it's a mandap, it's a raised platform with a yagya shell in the middle of it and some roof. And they will do homas and yagyas to Durga Puja. They will do Durga Puja there. And there's an area for people to sit around the yagya shala. It's called a Chandi Mandap. So Mahaprabhu went there, he sat there, that was his classroom, to give some studies. Goshti Sange Mukunda Sanjaya Punyavant Jai Haila Ananda Tahara Nahi Ant. Accompanied by his relatives, the most pious Mukunda Sanjay experienced unlimited happiness. Purushottam Sanjayera Prabhu Kaila Kole Sanchilena Angatana Nayanera Jale. Vishwambar embraced Purushottam Sanjay and drenched his body with tears. He's really in a really Audarya mood. Audarya means overflowing generosity. When you have a cup, you have a 1 liter cup and you have a 5 liter pitcher of water, and you just keep pouring that 5 liters into the 1 liter. It just keeps pouring in and overflowing, bubbling over the top, overflowing. So Mahaprabhu is in this mood now. He's overflowing with mercy, overflowing with love. He's just, anyone he sees, he's embracing them and bathing them with his tears. Jaya Kara Dite Lagi Lena Narigan Parama Ananda Haila Mukunda Bhavan. All the ladies made auspicious sounds. What? Very good. Live action. We're right there. And the house of Mukunda became the abode of supreme happiness. Paramananda Haila Mukunda Bhavan. Paramananda. Shubha Dristi Patta Prabhu Kari Sabakare Alena Mahaprabhu Apana Mandire. After glancing mercifully on everyone, Mahaprabhu returned to his house. So that was a brief visit. A few devotees, he went to the Chandi Mandap of Sanjay, Mukunda Sanjay's house, met his father, Purushottam Sanjay, embraced him, bathed him with his tears of love, initiated him into the Gauranga Prem Sangha, and then smiled, looked at everyone, and walked out. Asya Vasila Vishnu Grihera Duyare Pritikare Vidaya Dilena Sabakare. Vishwambar went to the doorstep of his Vishnu temple, where he affectionately bid farewell to his students. Pritikari Vidaya Dilena Sabakare. Bye-bye. So he walked home to his house, Jagannath Mishra Bhavan in Mayapur, and they have a temple there, a Narayan temple in the house. So he walked there to the threshold, about to enter the Vishnu temple, and he turned around. Bye-bye. He said goodbye to all the students. He affectionately bid farewell. Pritikari means with great love. Jai Jai Jana Aise Jai Jai Jana Aise Prabhure Sambashite Prabhura Charitra Keha Napare Bhujite. Everyone who came to greet the Lord was unable to understand his characteristics. Purva Vidya Audatya Nadeki Kona Janna Parama Virakta Praya Takke Sarvakshanna. They found none of the arrogance that the Lord had previously exhibited. Rather, they found him always in a renounced mood. Purva Vidya Audatya. Purva means previously, before, he would always show off his knowledge, is really what it's saying. So they translate that to arrogance. Because the word vidya is there. Vidya Audatya means he would show off. He would show off his expertise, especially in Naya. He was saying, if this and this and this is true, then what comes next? And then they say, well, it comes like this. No, but and then he would go backwards and forwards, and then they would present an argument that no one could defeat the argument, the logic. He said, can anyone defeat this logic? And they would say, no. And then he would say, no, you defeat it like this, you stupid. So this is his Purva Vidya, Deki Konjan, Parama Virakta Praya, Take Sarvakshan. Now his Parama Virakti was the topmost renunciate, because he had renounced that thing. This is why this term is used here. You have to consider this now. This is a Bhagavatam. There's no purport here, but purports can be given every verse, obviously. And acharyas they do give when they give class. So Parama Virakta, why is it Vrindavan Thakur is saying now he's revealing the topmost Parama Virakta Praya. Praya means almost. He's almost totally, absolutely, completely renounced in the topmost way, Parama. Because we see, it's very easy to give up Kam, to control the senses. So many yogis and Mayavadi acharyas or whatever, they can give up gross sense gratification. They can give up enjoying woman. They can eat very simple foodstuffs and live in a very renounced way, very detached way. But when it comes to pride and arrogance, it's very difficult to give up. Very difficult. Because the others, one level is the gross level of the senses and our sense objects. By developing mental power, one can control the senses and the sense objects. Vacha vegam manasakrodam vegam jiva vedam upasta vegam. But to control the ego and to be in this mood of Trinadapi Sunichina Tori Vasishna, Amanina, Manidena, to be free from this desire for man. Man means desire for respect, desire for honor, desire for distinction. It is very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Because when he was showing off his vidya, he was doing that to get this out of pride and arrogance. This false ego. Oh, I'm a great pundit. I'm Nimai Pandit. I'm undefeatable. Who can defeat me? I challenge anyone. If you can't defeat me, I'll throw ink all over you. I'll throw ink all over you and throw you in the Ganga. So he was very much impetuous. And so now they see that he doesn't want to show this characteristic. And this is the topmost renunciation. This is real renunciation. This is Parama Virakta. Because Parama also means topmost, but also means transcendental. Unless one is really transcendentally renounced, he can't give up ego. There's so many examples. I remember once in 1981 we were living in Rishikesh. We had a preaching center with Krishna Balaram Swami. He's not around these days. He's outside doing his own thing. But he's a Brijvasi Brahmin, and he's my godbrother. So we had a preaching center there for Vrindavan Temple, and we were making life members in Haridwar and doing preaching programs. So we went once to one ashram, one big Advaitin sannyasi, and he invited us in. We sat down, and then one of his brahmacharis was there speaking to Guruji, huge ashram, bank of the Ganga, very famous, prominent personality, not only in India but even worldwide. And then the brahmachari was showing some flyer that he had printed on behalf of Guruji's pravachan program. It was being held at the ashram, some big function, yearly function. And Guruji's looking at it, And then he became so, all of a sudden he got really angry. He's all speaking Hindi, so I couldn't follow too much what he was saying in those days. But he was definitely lost his cool. He's really angry. He said, "What is this? That is that? This you stupid." And then this and that. He said, "You stupid! How did you do this?" So then later I asked Maharaj. I just understood he was really disturbed about something on this piece of paper. And then Maharaj asked for one of those papers because it's an invitation to this function. So we talked to him about what we had to do, and then we went back and we went outside. Maharaj, he showed me, Krishna Maharaj Swami, he showed me this paper. He was brahmachari then. And he said, "See this paper? This is telling about his pravachan. But on the top here, it says something like it says, Sri Shimad Shastra Shiromani, so and so, a big long title of the guru. But he forgot to put Ekazar Ot. Ekazar Ot means 1008. But he had everything else. He had Sri Shimad Chaturvedi Shastra Shiromani Mahamandaleshwar Shastra Shiromani Chaturvedi Jagat Guru, so and so, like that. But he forgot this Ashtotar 1008. There's 108 is Ashtotar Shata, but then there's Ashtotar Shata is 108. That's small time. I mean, you're a small timer, 108. But if you're a 1008, then you're really big. That's Ekazarat. Hazar means 1,000. So he was really hitting the rooftop because he wasn't being properly adored, wasn't being properly recognized. So this is the thing that this is very difficult. This ego, So now we see that they found none of the arrogance that the Lord had previously exhibited. Putrera charitra shachi kichui na buje, putrera mangala lagi Ganga Vishnu puje. Shachi Mata could not understand Vishnu for the welfare of her son. "Oh Vishnu, oh Narayan, I don't know what's happening. My son is going crazy. Oh Ganga Ma, every day she bathes in Ganga, every day she does Ganga Puja. Oh Ma Ganga, please, when my son comes today to bathe, will you make him normal? Make him like he was before. He was so sweet and so nice. He was a little proud, okay, but I liked him like this. It was okay. But now I can't understand his movements. He's crying, he's saying, Hari, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Swami Nila Krishna Chandra, Nila Putragan, Avashishta Sabe Matra, Ache Ekajan." Sachin Mata prayed, "Oh Swami, oh my master, oh Swami Krishna Chandra, Swami Nila, oh Krishna Chandra, you took away my husband, Nila Putragan, and you took away my son." Who was the son? What was his name? Vishwarup. It's the elder brother of Vishwambar. Now I have Ekajan. Avashishtam Sabe Matra Ache Ekajan. I only have one son left. Anath. And she says, Anatini more, Krishna e dehavar, Shushta chitte grihe more, Rahu Vishwambar. "Oh Krishna, I am Anath." This is a very nice way of saying, I am a widow. Nath, we say Gopal Srinathji, the Lord of Sri. Nath means the Lord, the Master, the Controller, the Protector. So when you have no Protector and no Lord and no Master, no Controller, you're Anath. Without a Nath. So she says, Anatini. I don't have any. Please give me the benediction that Vishwambar may peacefully remain at home. Sushta chitte, grihe mora, Rahu, let him stay at home. Lakshmire Anina Putra Samipe Vasai, Dristi Patta Karya O Prabhu Nahi Chai. Mother Shachi purposely bought Vishnu Priya and had her sit in front of her son. Although the Lord gazed in her direction, he didn't actually see her. And this gives some more indication about the age, maybe also. The word Lakshmi in this verse refers to Vishnu Priya Devi. Seeing Nimai's indifferent nature towards everything that was not related to Krishna, Shachi acted like an ordinary worldly mother who was fond of increasing her son's family attachment, and thought as follows. This is Mother Shashi's thinking. If I create opportunities for my son to engage in intimate conversations with my daughter-in-law, Sri Vishnu Priya Devi, then perhaps my son's strong tendency and attachment for Krishna's worship, which is just contrary to material enjoyment, will diminish. So Mother Shachi is trying to put her son in Maya. Here, sit with Maya Devi for a while. Talk sweetly to her, smell her body, hear her sweet voice. Maybe you can touch her. And you can if you do that, you'll forget about Krishna. You'll forget about your Krishna worship. It's like when Indian boys want to join ISKCON, then the parents, they offer them anything. They say, but I like the temple, we have nice deities, we don't have any deities. I'll build you a temple room. If they're rich, they say, well, build a temple room at home. Don't live in you like deities? Okay, we'll give you deities. Do anything, stay home, get married, be a normal Agrawal. A normal Agrawal, don't join the temple. So they try to give him everything and anything. He could never get anything his whole life. He was asking his father for years to buy him a car. And as soon as he makes an intimation that he may want to join ISKCON, I'll buy you that car you wanted. I'll buy you that car, I'll buy you this, that, everything. But don't join ISKCON. Keep all this Maya, but don't worship Krishna. So this is an old trick. This is an old trick, going on for 500 years, since the beginning of Gaudiya Vaishnava movement. Mothers and fathers have always been trying to give Maya to their sons and daughters to prevent them from worshiping Krishna. Even Mother Shachi. She says, he's trying to worship Krishna, and all day and night chanting Krishna, 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 and chanting Krishna, 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 and crying. Hey, we better put him in Maya. Hey, Vishnu Priya, come here. Do your thing. Put him in Maya. So from this we can understand that Vishnu Priya is there, and it's sometime after he got married. So how old was he when he got married?
18.
Yes. Anyone remember all the figures we gave?
8 years.
No.
Yeah, she was pretty small though.
She was 8. She was 18.
Yeah. He was 18 and she was 8.
What did she do again when he was older?
Hmm?
Talking about Vishnu Priya doing her thing to put him in mind, but she's only 8 years old.
Well, she has a maturity 1.5 times. So 8 can be 12, and 12 can be 13, and there can be some pretty Maya Devis at 13. I see it. So it depends on how those genes develop. At any rate, so it appears that if this is around the same time, it's hard to see chronology here, and generally in spiritual books it's very hard to figure out chronology, the way they speak and what times and places. But it could be that he got initiated when he was around 18 or something. Anyway, this mystery will be solved in a day or two when the authorities give us a clear idea. Because this whole discussion is going on. He went to Gaya, he came back, he got initiated, he's in ecstasy. Now the next thing is Vishnu Priya enters the scene. Right? So he can't be 10 or 11, it must be after he got married. So he got married when he's 18. So if he just came back and he's already married, maybe he's 19 when he got initiated. So then that makes even more sense about all these ecstasies. He's a full-grown person. And at any rate, it's nice to capture our attention. According to ordinary worldly consideration, conditioned souls in their youth try to enjoy their wives, thinking their wives as objects of enjoyment. And thus, they become attached to material existence and griha medhi, family life. But such a consideration never arose in Vishrambar. Although, while maintaining indifference and being afflicted by separation from Krishna, he gave Vishnu Priya a token glance. He did not become enthusiastic to see the personification of servitude Vishnu Priya Devi as an object of enjoyment. And that's pretty interesting. I mean, that's the Vishnu Priya, in other words, was the ideal wife in the eyes of a man or husband. She is a personification of service. Seva Roop. Swayam. Seva Swayam Roop. Personification of Seva. No selfishness. Everything for her beloved husband. But he looked at, past a token glance, he didn't have any interest. He saw that she's Vishnu Priya. She's dear to Vishnu, and she should serve Vishnu. Let her serve Narayan in our temple. Niravadi Shlokapadi Karaye Randan Kota Krishna Balayanukshan. Vishnubar constantly recited verses and cried as he continually implored, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" Verses means verses about Krishna. This is part of the sadhana that's done in Raganuga Bhakti, is that devotees, they will recite different verses about their Ishtadev, about the beauty, the form of their Ishtadev, the form of Radha or Krishna, or their qualities of Radha and Krishna, or some pastime, especially describing their form, the beauty of their form. They'll recite these verses because these verses are, the Lord is actually packed up in these verses, which are written by the great acharyas. So when the devotees recite these verses, then it brings the form of the Lord and the presence of the Lord into their heart. Then that experience increases their separation. So in their japa, they chant with more separation. So these verses are often woven into the japa. And this is Bhakti. In Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami has described these verses in a collective form called Bhakti Rasayana. And these verses are describing the Sakya Ras and Vatsalya Ras and Madhurya Ras. The different Raganuga sadhaks will chant these verses and blend them with they will chant these verses and blend them with their Mahamantra chanting. And this will increases their mood of separation, which is so much favorable for developing our rag for Krishna, to feel genuine separation. We'll develop our attachment for Krishna. The Lord constantly recited verses as he cried as he continually implored, "Where is Krishna? Kota Krishna, Kota Krishna." And our Gorakishore, being aspiring for Radharani's love and Radharani's service, he was also saying Kotai or Kota, Kota, Kotai. Kotai go prema mahi radhe radhe. He was crying out, "Where is Radharani? Where is Radharani?" As the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they want Radharani. Where is Radharani? They're interested in Radharani. Where is she? Where is she? She's my Swamini. I'm her maidservant. And that, obviously, maidservant always wants to be with the master or mistress. So where is she? Kakano jeva hunkar karaya dhare palayena lakshmi shachipaya bhaya. Sometimes Vishwambar roared loudly, hunkara, in such a way that Vishnu Priya Devi ran away in fear, and Shachi became frightened. Dhari palayena, she ran away. And Shachi Paya Bhaya, she became fearful. Imagine your son starts roaring like a lion. And then Lakshmi ran away. And why, you might ask the question, why in these verses? Because there is Lakshmi Priya and Vishnu Priya, they're two different individuals. So why in these verses is it describing Vishnu Priya with the word Lakshmi? One might ask that question. Vrindavan Das Thakur is referring to Vishnubar's second wife, who was Vishnu Priya, but he's using the word Lakshmi. Because in the Vedic culture, the chaste wife, regardless of her name or whatever, she represents the goddess of fortune. It is considered that when a son gets married and a lady comes into the house from another family, because this is what happens, a new member comes into the house, that virgin girl that enters the house is considered that Lakshmi Devi herself is entering the house. The personification of fortune, the goddess of fortune, as we say in English, is actually entering the person's house and joining that family. And we often see, at least my experience in India the last 20 years, seeing many people get married, that the family that receives that virgin girl, if she is a virgin girl, their family becomes everything becomes increased. They maybe make more money, they get more income, they get some promotions, good things happen. I've seen it directly myself. So it's quite a fact it's actually a fact that the virgin girl, Kanyadan, when she's given in charity to another family, that family that receives that girl, they become more fortunate, practically, pragmatically, and tangibly. They become more fortunate and they become more healthy. Many things happen. It's not just some mythology. I've seen it. Even I told this one friend of mine, he's a Brahmin, Gujarati Brahmin, and they weren't doing so well. I told them, and they don't know so much, all deep Shastra. I said, when you get married, if you get a proper wife, because he was the only son in the family, he had 2 sisters that got married. I said, when your wife comes, so much fortune will come in your house. You mark my words. You see what happens. He said, really? And then he said, oh, you're right. I said, it's not me, it's the Shastras. Shastras are saying this.
So much, they have these rituals just after marriage, when the girl is coming home, she dips her feet in this red lac, and then she walks inside the house.
Oh,
just denoting that
wet. She has wet lac, like wet paint on her feet.
Yes.
She runs around the house and leaves red footprints everywhere.
Yes.
Because lac is red.
Yeah, denoting Lakshmi entering.
This is symbolic that the feet of Lakshmi are now. I've walked in all the rooms of your house, and now everything in your house will become auspicious because her footprints are there. Reading from Chaitanya Bhagavat. And we left, Lord Chaitanya had come back from Gaya. He's associating with a few of his devotees and sharing his deep feelings of ecstatic love and separation from Krishna. And that was immediately with his friends, with his Pandit friends. And now we've heard how he's interacting with his immediate family members, Mother Shachi and Vishnupriya. And Mother Shachi can't understand anything about his ecstasies. And she's just praying to Krishna, "Oh Krishna, oh Bhagavan, please make my son normal." Niravadi Shlokapadik, I think I read that. Karya Rodhan Kota Krishna Bali Anukshan, I read that. Vishnumbar constantly recited verses and cried as he continually implored. Implored means begging. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Kota Krishna, Kota Krishna. Sometimes he roared in such a loud way that Vishnupriya ran away in fear, and Mother Sachi was frightened. We read that. Now this is the new part. Ratre nidra nahi jana Prabhu Krishna ras virahe napaya swastya utte pade vais. Due to feelings of separation from Krishna, Vishwambar could not sleep at night. He would feel so uncomfortable that sometimes he would get up from bed, sometimes he would lie down, and sometimes he would just sit there. Purport. Being merged in the Vipralamba Ras, the mood of separation, the Lord's feelings of separation became so intense that he regularly passed sleepless nights. He became so agitated by the pains of intense separation that sometimes he would get up from bed or lie down or just sit there. So it's quite an intense experience, burning and separation. We may have some faint experience of this. Very faint, very, very faint, if we ever observe Nirjala Ekadasi. Sometimes devotees observe Nirjala Ekadasi. They don't sleep, and if you don't sleep all day, if you sleep all day, then that's actually not correct. Technically, on Ekadasi, day and night, we should not sleep all day or sleep all night. But if we're going to sleep at night, at least we shouldn't sleep in the day. So if we observe Nirjala Ekadasi, and we don't sleep all day, we spend the day hearing and chanting and remembering Krishna, then at night, 10 o'clock or so, when we choose to take rest, we will find it very difficult to sleep. This is a very interesting trick. The Shastras say that one should stay up all night on Ekadasi. One should do Nirjala. This is the correct following. Do Nirjala and stay up all night. So we say, all right, I can't stay up all night, but let me every Ekadasi observe Nirjala. At least it's half the best way to do it. And but then when you try to sleep, it's very tricky. Shastras are very tricky. So then you try to sleep, you can't sleep because you're on fire. Your stomach's on fire, your head's on fire. You feel very, very hot and very, very uncomfortable. And moreover, very, very restless because you're empty. You're experiencing also pangs. Not pangs of separation. What are they called? They're called hunger pangs. Have you ever heard this, such a thing? You probably never knew what it is because you never were hungry. You maybe read in a book. You read in a book somewhere something called hunger pangs. Pangs, P-A-N-G-S, pangs of hunger, which means pain. So if you want to have some slight idea of what Lord Chaitanya is experiencing, try doing Nirjala Ekadasi in the summer, like now. And it's very, very hot, unless you have some MVT flat or something. If you have a normal type of flat. It's very, very hot, and then you'll see, and you say, anyway, I want to go to bed. So what will you do? You'll do like this. You'll get up from bed, you'll sometimes lie down, and sometimes you roll on this side, and you roll on this side, and your mind keeps telling you, get up and chant. Your mind tells you, get up and chant. Why? You can't sleep. You can't sleep. You're not tired. Your body, your stomach is growling for food. Your stomach is chanting, food, food, food. So you're not hearing simply hearing food, food, food. You're just listening to your food, food. Give me food, 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 food. Give me food, or at least water. Okay, no food, but water, water, water. And you're lying there. Oh God, I'm not tired. I'm just burning up. I'm not tired, but I'm too tired to chat. I'm not tired, but I'm too tired to chat. I'm too tired to read, but I'm not tired enough to fall asleep. So then you get up and you walk around, maybe you chant, you get up, it's okay, and you take your beads, I'll chant one round, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And you say, let me try to go to sleep now. Then you say, well, maybe if I read the Bhagavatam, that'll make me fall asleep. Because usually when you read the Bhagavatam, you fall asleep. So now it's 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock at night or whatever, it's Ekadasi, and you can't sleep, but you really want to sleep, so let me take out the sleeping pill. It's called SP sleeping pill. SP 101, SP 12. It's very effective. You know SP 12? Srimad Bhagavatam, 12 cantos. SP 12 pill. You take any one of these, and then you open up, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate. Acha. But what happens is, you don't sleep. And you read one page and another page. Oh my God, this is not working. What's with this medicine? It usually puts me to sleep immediately. I read for 1 hour. I close this book. I only lie down again. Oh, God, I have to sleep. Tomorrow I'll be so tired. Oh, sleep. So someone may have this experience. And then after a certain point you say, forget it. I'm going to stay up all night in Ekadasi. And then you invite some other people, other crazy people. You want to stay up all night? And they say, oh, you're crazy? And you say, yeah, but come and be crazy with me. Because there's strength in numbers. We have a phrase in English, strength in numbers. More people, more strength. More devotees. Of course, sometimes it's really difficult because everyone's sleeping except one person. But I've been in some jagarans where I try to do everything I can to keep people awake. I've been in other jagarans where I'm trying to do everything I can to stay awake. Because I'm supposed to be the leader, right, of the jagaran. Now I'm like, And everyone else says, Maharaj, are you tired? Who, me? No, I'm not tired. I'm wide awake. And they said, we're depending on you. If you go out, we're all out. I said, I know, but we're blind leading the blind tonight. Krishna's not giving me any strength. It's all in his hand. It was some Jaggarans, we feel like fresh. Even one person said, you look so fresh. The whole night we stayed up and we were so fresh. And even someone said, you look fresh, even in the morning. But that was like a special installment of mercy from the Lord. Usually we're dead fresh. At any rate, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was burning in the fire of separation from Krishna. Burning. They couldn't sleep. Binaloka dekile karena sambaran husha kale ganga snane karaye gaman. As soon as Vishwambar saw a materialistic person, he would hide his internal mood. It's very interesting how everything is confidential. Bina loka dekile karena sambarana. Every morning, Vishwambar would take bath in the Ganga. Usha Kali. Usha. Ganga Snan. Gaman is he would go take bath. Ailena Matra Prabhu. Kari Ganga Snan. Parujhara Bhargasi. Haila Upashtan. As soon as the Lord returned from taking bath in the Ganga, his students would assemble there. Upastan. Krishna Vina Thakurera Nai Sevadane Paduya Sakaliha Kichui Najane. Vishwambar did not explain anything other than Krishna, if you know anything about his Leela. So the students could not understand anything. Kichui Najane. Kichu Najani. Kichu Najana. Kichui Najane. Paduya. Paduya. That's an interesting name. That means students. Paduya. Krishna Vina Thakurera. This is a great thing. I remember our godbrother, he's not with us anymore, at least physically, Radhakundas. In the last few years of his life, he was extremely Krishna conscious, to the point of not being appreciated. Even people wouldn't appreciate him because he was so Krishna conscious. He'd only talk about Krishna. And people didn't really like that. I mean, people means devotees. Temple devotees. He would visit temples and he would only speak about Krishna. Unfortunately, some of his topics were a little bit intimate for the general class of temple devotees. So that's why the leaders didn't appreciate it. It's not that they don't appreciate. Devotees, of course, appreciate hearing about Krishna, but everything has to be carefully presented, as Mahaprabhu is concealing his confidential ecstasies from materialistic people. Well, materialistic people are also wearing tilak. Materialistic people are also wearing saris and dhotis. And what is that materialistic person called? It's called Prakrita Bhakta. Kanishta. Kanishta Bhakta is called Prakrita Bhakta. Kanishta Bhakta is called Vaishnav Praya. It means beginner. They're also materialistic people. So Mahaprabhu would not reveal his ecstasies even to beginners, because they're also materialistic. So therefore some tact has to be used. But at any rate, he used to always speak about Krishna, and even he was so bold in his mood of preaching that he would, when he was at least in his Bombay campaign, I didn't see much around here, maybe here, but not in Radhakund at least. But in Bombay, he would wear he made up a homemade sign, a circular, what do you call a badge? I guess it's called a badge. Badge. On a piece of cardboard, and he says, he wrote on it, "Ask me about Krishna," and he wore it here on his heart, this big, on his heart. "Ask me about Krishna." And when he was in Bombay, he would wear this. Have you ever seen? And he became famous down in Bombay in his preaching campaign, asking about Krishna. Of course, in one sense, it's a little presumptuous. Or not presumptuous, but maybe presumptuous. There's another word. Ostentatious. It's a little ostentatious to do, because every sannyasi, guru, brahmin, advanced devotee, they're very interested in speaking about Krishna. They don't need to wear a badge like that, asking about Krishna. I think Niranjan Swami is very interested in speaking about Krishna. But he doesn't have to wear a badge asking about Krishna. And if you ask him about Krishna, he'll tell you about Krishna. Otherwise he's busy meditating and chanting Krishna's name and singing bhajans. But at any rate, that was his thing. So it was his contribution. It's a contribution. This is his. He wanted to inspire everyone. Talk about Krishna, everyone. Ask me about Krishna. So this is good. This is very good. So, so this is Lord Chaitanya now. Well, of course, he's not called Lord Chaitanya. This is Vishwambar, Nimai Pandit. He's not, you can't ask him about Vyakaran. You can't ask him about Naya. You can't ask him about Kavi, poetry, or logic, or grammar. And his students, all he would talk about was Krishna. They could ask him about Krishna. Krishna only would talk about Thakur, his Krishna, his Lord. No Sanskrit, no grammar, nothing. And these are all Sanskrit students. And he had a Sanskrit toll. Toll means a class. It's a rather informal class, but it could be held anywhere under a kadamba tree on the bank of the Ganga. Toll was an informal gathering of students and teacher. Not informal, but formal, but they would gather anywhere. There was no formal building or four walls. So he had a Sanskrit toll. And now this change has happened, this great transformation. Anurode vasi lena paraite paduyas sabarastane prakashaka. By the student's request, the Lord began to reveal the glories of the Supreme Lord to them. So one advantage. It's interesting that the Lord has no interest, Vishwambar has no interest in Sanskrit anymore, and neither do his students. Because they're asking, the students requested, Anurode Prabhu, Vasilena Padaite, Paduya Svarastane Prakasha Karite. They said, please, Prakash, reveal the Lord's glories to us. Hari Bali Punti Mili Lena Shishyagan Shrina Ananda Hoila Sri Shachinandan. The students opened their books while chanting the name of Hari. Hari. Hari Hari. Sachinandan was greatly pleased to hear this. So what does this mean? This means that whenever we do anything with our senses, our hands, our eyes, our mouth, these are the knowledge acquiring or also working senses, then we should add the name of Hari. Throughout Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Charitamrita, you'll see so many anecdotes and pastimes where the Lord's devotees are doing something and they're chanting Hari. Especially Hari, because Radharani likes this word too much. And Krishna is in the mood of Radharani as Vishwambar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he really likes to hear the word of Hari. Especially. It has so many implications and means so many different things to Radharani. Very intimate, sweet meanings, and so many intimate and sweet leelas, where Krishna is referred to as Hari. So now, this is the very first introduction of this practice or interaction of the Lord and His devotees. Later, this is in Mayapur, Navadvip. Later, we'll see when the Lord is serving the prasad, Jagannath prasad, to the devotees. And devotees are honoring the Jagannath prasad. Between bites, what are they chanting? They go, and then they reach for more. Then what do they say? Hari, 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 Hari. Then, Hari, 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 Hari. Hari, 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 Hari. So this is going on. And Lord Chaitanya is very, very, very happy. So the conclusion is, if we want to make Lord Chaitanya very, very happy, santushta, then whatever we're doing with our senses, whatever we're eating, we're speaking, we're talking here, they're studying their books. Hari Hari, Hari Hari, Hari Hari. Sachinanda was greatly pleased to hear this. Shunina Anand. This Shunina, to hear this. So what does it mean? It means when a devotee chants Hari, when a Gaur Bhakta chants Hari, Sachinanda fills him with Anand. Anand, as we say in English, Ananda. Bliss. Ecstatic bliss. So this is very interesting. Now let's think about it. Navadvip Mandal is a place of Vishwambar. Gaur Dham, Gaur Leela. And Vishwambar is Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Sri Krishna. In the mood and Bhav and Kanti of Radharani. The color of Radharani, the Kanti, and the Bhav, the mellow, the mood. And so everyone, consciously or unconsciously, everybody for the last 500 years, they've been nourishing and pleasing and satisfying Radharani by chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, because this is the favorite word of Radharani, the favorite name of God, Priyanam, the favorite. So they don't even know it. Even the Muslims and everybody says Hari Bol, the rickshaw wallahs. So when Krishna is in Gaur Dham and he's in the mood of Radharani, what does he want to hear? All his bhaktas, Hari Hari. They don't say Radhe Radhe. They say Hari Hari. And you go there and say, oh, why aren't they saying Radhe Radhe? I miss Vrindavan. But you don't understand. This Vrindavan, this is Krishna's Leela Bhumi, Krishna Janmastami. And what's Krishna's favorite word, favorite naam? Radha, Radha, Radha. So everybody in Braj Mandal for the last 5,000 years, and every baby that's born in Braj Mandal, the first word he learns how to say besides Mama, Papa, Mama, Papa is Radha. And they force feed this name into every kid's ears. They force feed it. Force feeding. As soon as they pick him up, once he gets Mama and Papa down, then they don't waste any more time with that one. Mama, they try again, Mama, Papa. Then he gets that, figures out how to do that. Then they start with the third word of the language. The third word of Brajvas. First word of Brajvas is Mama. Second word of Brajvasha is Papa. And the third word is Radha. And you see, if you go in the houses, the Brijvasis, they're taking a look at Radha, 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 Radha. And the grandfather picks up the kids, Radha, Radha. And the kids, God, everyone's brainwashing me. Everyone's brainwashing me. Radha, Radha. And then finally he goes, Radha, Radha. Because he can't get it. It's not easy to say Radha. Because I've seen, there's so many kids, little babies, they get brainwashed.
Starts with Adha.
Yeah, it starts with Ada. Yeah, they go Ada, because Ra is down here. Ra, it's guttural. It's quite difficult. They haven't figured out that part of their throat yet. In the beginning, the babies only figure out their lips. Oh, my lips. You talk with your lips. And then pa. That's all lips, labial. It's called labial sounds, lips. And then finally, this is kind of ra. It's like ada. So the parrot so this is the beauty of Braj. So everyone here is pleasing Krishna. Because Krishna loves to hear the name of Radha. And everyone in Gaurdham is pleasing Radha. Because she loves to hear the name of Hari. So now do you understand how the two Dhams are one? That is Hari Dham, this is Radha Dham. We say Shri Dham Vrindavan, it's called Shri Dham. Shri is Radha Dham, Srimati Radharani, the abode, the house of Radha. Because this is what Krishna wants to hear. Radhe, 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 Radhe. Radhe, 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 Radhe. So this is nice, huh? Nice point. And the two Dhams are so complementary. When we go to Navadvip Dham, And we hear everyone saying, Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. We think these ideas, they're soothing Radharani's Dhira Bhav.
That Dham is called Sri Mayapur.
Yeah, Sridham Mayapur, because Radharani's Bhav is there. Krishna is relishing Radharani's Bhav over there. Sridham Mayapur. The students open their books while chanting the name of Hari. Baya nahi prabhura shunina haridwani shubha dristi sabare karila dvijamani. On hearing the name of Hari, Vishwambar lost all external consciousness. Then the jewel of the twice born cast his merciful glance on everyone there. He was so pleased. First what happened? What is the transformation in the Lord's behavior? The previous verse said that Shunina Ananda. He was very blissful. He was blissed out. First he was happy. In other words, his Sthayi Bhav, his Viraha Bhav in Madhurya Ras became stimulated. He became joyful. He became happy. Then as it became stimulated more, then he actually he became really stimulated because it's pralaya. He went right into pralaya. He lost external consciousness. This is a type of pralaya. He lost bhaya nahi prabhu. Nahi. He was not external. He was not external anymore like we are. We're only external. There's nothing internal. We're only external. But he lost external consciousness. Then what happened? Then he distributed his mercy. Haridwani. When he heard the Haridwani, Shubha Dristi Sabari, Karila Dvijamani, he looked at everyone with a Shubha Dristi. Shubh means auspicious. And what could be more blissful? What could be more auspicious than seeing someone who's in love? Right? There's nothing more auspicious than seeing someone who's in love. That's why they say that the Vaishnavas are purifying the world just by walking in the world. It says Govinda Vishram. Within the heart of the Vaishnava, Govinda is resting. He's resting sometimes, 2 hours a day he's resting. And the rest of the time he's having Leela, Govinda Leela, Astakali Leela in the heart of the pure devotee. And because that pure devotee loves the Lord, when he's moving anywhere in the world and someone sees his face, he's seeing Prem Dristi. He's seeing a face full of love, emanating the heart that's full of love. So that's what's the most extraordinary thing about Srila Prabhupada, his face. And everything that came from
Sham Sundara, Sham Sundara. Krishna Krishna
Aja Vakata Vatsalam Shri Gora Hari Aja Vakata Vatsala Shri Gora Hari Shri Gora Hari Sahi Goshta Bihari Shri Gora Hari Sahi Goshta Bihari Yashomati Chitahari Nanda Yashomati Chitahari Velo Halo Damodara Aisha Ekana Velo Halo Damodara Aisha Ekana Mandire bosi kora bhojana Bhoga mandire bosi kora bhojana Nandirani deshe baise kiri baradhari Deva Saka Baise Sari Sari Baladeva Saka Baise Sari Sari Shukta Shakani Bhaji Nalita Kushmanda Shukta Shakani Bhaji Nalita Kushmanda Dalidana Dugdha Tumbi Dadhi Mochakanda Dalidana Dugdha Tumbi Dadhi Mochakanda Buddha Bodha Masha Bodha Ratika Gitana Shashkuli Pishtaka Kirkuli Payasana Shashkuli Pishtaka Kirkuli Payasana Karpura Amrita Keli Rambakira Sada Amrita Sala Amla Dvada Chini Sarpuri Radula Sabali Bhojana kore na Krishna hoye kutuhali Radhikara pakana vividha vyanjana Arama anande Krishna kore na bhojana Jale bale ladhukai Shri Madhu Mangala Bagala bhajai yara deyo hari bolo Hari bol, nitai go hari bol Radhikari ganeheri nayane rakhone Chipta hoye kai Krishna Jashoda Bhavane Bhojanante piye Krishna Subhasita Bari Sabe mukha prakalai hoye sari sari Asamukha prakaliya jata sakha gane Anand vishrama kore bala devasane Jambula rasala ne tambula masala Dhake Krishna Chandra sukhe nidra gela Vishalaka shiki puja chamara dulaya Apurvachayane Krishna sukhe nidra jaya Yashomati akyape dhanishto anito Shri Krishna prasada radha kunje hoyo prito Lalitari sakhi gana avashesha paya Mane mane sukhe radha Krishna guna gaya Hari lila ekmatra jara pramoda Bhagati Rai Thakur Bhakti Vinoda Vaja Bhakta Vatsala Shri Gura Hari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Ram Hare Rama,
Gurudev went for Guru Puja. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Sim, sim.